Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Thursday, December 8th, 2022. And it's my second video for today because this one isn't political in nature, but it is about someone who's in the public eye, and that makes them available for some universal scrutiny. Earlier today, Celine Dion announced that she is dealing with a neurological disorder called stiff person syndrome. And I thought it would be good to take a look at that because something is not adding up to me. Now, I am not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, I'm just an inquisitive type with a little bit of intuition. Let me show you what some of my inquisitiveness uncovered. And I will attempt to have this available via a link under this video. We'll see how that works out. I'm going to try. If not, just stop the screen as I share if there's something that interests you and you'd like to look at it closer. Okay, so Passion Trends had this tweet out. She's sending prayers because Celine Dion, who's pictured here, is really sick. She's 53 years old. She looks much older right now. And she's lost a lot of weight and is paralyzed. That 40 kilograms she weighs, for those of us in the US, is about 94 pounds. Here's some other pictures of her. These are both taken fairly recently. Her appearance took a dramatic change in 2018, about the time some of the human trafficking executive orders went into effect. And we hear that the open supply lines for certain products or production were impacted. Now, next up, I just have for your reference, this is from the FBI. They're pedophile symbols that they have listed and available to the public. So there's a link here for this. I thought it might be interesting because one of the first pictures I looked at, you see, Celine Dion has a children's clothing line featuring gender-neutral clothing, which isn't bad in itself, but there's a lot of symbolism that's really disturbing in both the products and the advertising. You thought last week with Balenciaga that was bad. Okay, well, first of all, this struck me as a symbol. If you look at that chart, you'll know what I mean. And while this picture didn't strike me as a symbol, that face, and this may be a rabbit trail you haven't gone down, you might want to. This reminded me of the face that we see with panda eyes. It's certainly not a smiling face, and according to this brand, that is their smiling face. Here's one of the outfits that they've created for little ones. And here is some of their advertising. You can see lots of hidden faces, one eye sticking out. Here we got eyes on this dress. She's got one eye closed. He's got one eye closed. I guess he couldn't manage it. There's a disturbing picture. This one, look, looks like bloodstains on the dress, and there's an eye gone from this stuffed animal. What does that have to do with children's clothing? Oh, look. Oh. Okay, so then I thought, well, let's look, because I wondered if stiff person syndrome was what was really going on with Miss Dion. And here is some of the notable things. Muscle stiffness, number one. Okay. Spasms, walking difficulties, which she's having. I didn't notice in her press release anything about excessive sweating, but they could, work around that. Then I thought, if she's a product user, and heavens knows what else she's gotten into, could it be this? This disease is one that people get if they eat a protein that's not meant for people to eat. Has very similar symptoms. The slurred speech here would definitely make it hard to sing, which she says she's having trouble with singing. I'm not seeing anything up here about singing. Muscle twitching, similarly. Okay, then there's the stages. In the third stage, There's malnutrition and starvation. Nothing about that here. By the way, from what I could see, stiff person syndrome is treatable. This one is not. And most people with this one end up dying from pneumonia. Looks like from about the time the third stage starts, it takes about a year. Okay, well, I was curious and I didn't want to do this just for my own satisfaction. I thought I'll do it and I'll do it in the video. And if it works out, I'll share it with you. So my question for the universe is, the public relations release given by Celine Dion that she has stiff person syndrome, is this candid and true? Or is something else in play that the universe would want to inform and advise us about? Okay, let's find out. Okay, Ms. Dion, is your press release accurate? Is that truly what you're suffering from? If not, maybe the universe will tell us what it is. So is she really suffering from what could be apparently treatable stiff person syndrome, or is it Kuru, as some alt media chatter is suggesting? And is there other information? Our first card is the Page of Cups. Nine of Cups. Queen of Swords. Four of Wands. Knight of Cups. Six of Pentacles. And Six of Cups. Well, here's what I'm getting so far. Miss Dion is being represented by the Page of Cups. Now, sometimes the Cups suit is one of trickiness, okay? Less than most of them is the Page of Cups. He tends to be creative. And so I think it's a nod to the fact that she has been an entertainer and was creative in her professional career. It's interesting, we have often the Page of Cups it indicates that there's a pleasant surprise. And this is bolstered by the Nine of Cups here. So, because that's a satisfaction card. So she's really happy with this announcement she made today and how it turned out. It looks like it's a result of the fact that swords, remember, can be about legal matters, written and spoken words. She has apparently had some reckonings in the legal realm for her actions, lifestyle choices, things like that. So she's really pleased right now that she's come to an agreement on how to proceed and how they're going to craft this story for her illness moving forward. The Knight of Cups is very, very tricky. He'll say whatever it takes to get what he wants, okay? So she is being not very honest about what's going on, but it is something that she and her team, and possibly if she cut any deals with anybody, it was a joint decision that she make this announcement, and this is how she kind of removes herself from the public eye, okay? But it's not with honesty and clarity, okay? She's been rewarded for this retirement of hers, and it does look like this is moving forward. It does look like she would partake in that product. Okay, let's see. Confirmation, yeah, Judgment landing on top of Queen of Swords and looking out at things in a new way. So I'm not believing that diagnosis that she shared. It's one I think the team came up with because it's not controversial. It's not difficult to explain. It's just a neurological or disorder that could have happened to anybody. I guess we'll know in the future because stiff person syndrome can be treated from what I was reading, and the other one cannot. Time will tell. I'm still putting my money on that other disease. I am. And if that's what it is, and there's only really one way to get it, then you kind of deserve what you get. Karma's a bitch, right? Okay, well, that's it for this video. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your attention. It wasn't very topical as far as world events type thing go, but it is interesting that so many people are fading from the public eye right now, or resigning, or being removed from office. Exciting times we're living in, isn't it? I'm glad I'm here. I hope you are too. Till next time, I send you love and light and wish all good things for you. Good night.